Yes, my viewers and subscribers, good night, good night. If it's your first time on my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. This video here, let water fall from my eyes. This is a church. Wow. You know, it's one thing to play rock and roll outside when we're in the dance hall. But when you get into the church, you thought that there was a different angle to things. You thought it was a place where you go to rectify the things you mash up already outside there, and you come in and you want to hear the good tidings of joy unto all men, unto your soul, unto your situation. You left the outside and you thought that when you get into the church, the pastor would preach something that you wanted to hear. And you are there and you're waiting, and the music would smooth your heart from the anguish and the pain that you feel on the outside. And you come into the church and you can't find no peace of mind. You run away from the world and its follies, and you get into the church and you have the follies and the world. You run away from the atrocities and what you call the man-made government, and you run into the church and you can't find anything. And no wonder you said that there is no God. And you do all manner of things because in the church they oppose the slacknesses that we do. And the pastor is no different because he can't see behind his ears, and he doesn't know the difference behind his hand and the front part of his hand. And therefore the church become the dancehall system, the waggling tails and the dipping hands, and we can't find anything that looks different. There was a time when there was a modesty in the church in Jamaica. They would tell you that you can't cream your hair, you can't use a pressing comb, you can't put fingernail polishes on your finger, you can't wear the trousers no more, you can't go with your arms out, and there was no makeup on your face. But the church in Jamaica has changed. Now we have hair spoils and thing. I have nothing against wearing a trousers to church, but it's how you are modestly dressed. I don't have a problem with you putting on nail polish, but how you condone with certain things that you now do. I don't have a problem with you putting on a wig or putting on your eyeshadow, but you don't have to look like you're among the prostitution regimes. You can come into the church and look properly. You can look decent. But this video got me all trembling all over. This video got me starting to even view my own self and saying, what is this? I run a church, and I would not like to see this kind of things that you're about to see inside the church. None of us are perfect. But the Bible tells me another segment of God's holiness, and the church has stepped over its boundaries in what you're about to behold. I know many of you don't like my views, but you see, I learned to agree to disagree so that I can agree. I learned to dialogue and not just jump into quarrelsomeness. I had to learn it all over again. I had to learn how to be somebody and not just being that person that everybody thought. Because why? Christ in me, the hope of glory. But tonight I got a video, and this video really put me off. I asked myself, what clergyman would stand to condone such silliness and roughness in the house of God? What kind of people are these that said that their souls are saved, and yet still they are doing the lap dance professions of the whoredom and sodomy of this world? How can you allow such things to happen in the church? I know many of you won't agree with me. I know you won't like my video, but it's just who I am and what I'm gonna say, because the truth needs to be told. In our society in Jamaica, where we have so many killings, and we are always saying that is something that the people have done while gunmen can enter into their homes and in the church, and we've seen it all over the world, but I'm talking about Jamaica. And we are out there, we show one kind of an image on the outside, but the inside we are like white sepulchres. And how can we do such things? How can we stoop this low? We're crying on the government of Jamaica to do something about the violence and crime, but in the church, what are you doing? If we condone such nonsense and ridicules of ourselves in the church, how can we help those on the outside who we are saying that are having their own way? How can we talk to our children when on the inside they see us do just worse? How can we help a society? You're talking about the cartel music and all that, when the church is doing even the worst. Tell me, how can you dress so modest and yet become so dirty? My viewers and subscribers, I know many of you don't like my talk, but as I said, I like to agree to disagree so that I can agree, because everybody can teach someone something. I don't know it all, but this here is the pigment of nastiness, and it's not supposed to be in the house at all. I understand the dancehall. I'm not that naive, but this kind of atrocity in the house, it's gotta stop. This is JCon TV, live out of Zurich, saying unto each and every one of us, walk in peace, my friend. Shalom. Touch me again, Lord.